Craig with News 8. Happy to be a part of Dunkin' Donuts' first annual Gift of Life Fall Harvest Funfest. Hi, Diane.
Hi.
This is 5.5-year-old Diane and her parents, Christy and Dave Langguth. Dunkin' Donuts is really partnered with some great organizations. One of those is Donate Life Connecticut. You guys have worked closely with that organization. Tell me how you came to be a part of that.
Well, as an infant, Diane had a milk protein allergy, which would require us to go to the doctor every week or so just to get her checked out. And on one checkout at about 5.5 weeks, it turned out that Diane had something a little more severe, and she was diagnosed with biliary atresia. And biliary atresia is when the bile ducts from the liver don't quite connect up to the intestine, so the bile can't flow through, which causes a slow cirrhosis of the liver, a hardening of the liver, where it no longer functions correctly. And this is a perfect time to catch it. It's one of these things where it's a time factor.
So you learned pretty early on that Diane would need a liver transplant, is that right?
In a way. First she had her Kasai, and the Kasai was what kind of attached the liver back into the intestines. And then Diane went, and after the Kasai, they weren't very positive about her prognosis. And they said probably by the time she turns 1 that she'll need a transplant. And we made it to 1, and then it was maybe by the time she's age 2 we'll need a transplant. And in between that time she had a feeding tube, a nasal gastric tube, and she also had a couple hiccups. She had a bout of cholangitis at about 2.5, and then she had a permanent feeding tube placed, and then we were really doing very, very well. They kind of took the transplant off the timetable for a little bit, and at last December she hit a turning point. And last December she got cholangitis, and we were in the hospital most of December. We missed her 5th birthday in the hospital, and that was really when the doctors started to talk to us about transplantation.
And as a parent, what was that like in December when they came to you and said at just 5 years old, she needed to be on the liver donation list?
It's hard. It's not easy, but in our family there are no ifs. We're going to get her what she needs. Diane's adopted. So my husband Dave and I aren't matches. So we're completely reliant on the Donate Life system. We're completely reliant on the Donate Life system for the gift of life that she will need.
Well, what I think is so important to get out today is that for a liver donation, adults, and there can also be a living donor as well.
Right. Living donors for Di would be wonderful. And you gotta sit, Di. And for us, we have that choice. If we can find someone who is a match, Di is type 0, or type O, type O. If we can find someone that is in a match and would be willing to, we can have them call 1-866-YALE-TXP and just mention Diane Langguth, and that they would be interested in getting tested for her, and we could take actually from a living donor. It's a surgery. It requires 20% of a lobe of the left lobe of the liver, but
pretty simple.
Pretty simple. I mean, someone gives up a month of their life to save hers, wherever she happened to run off to.
Pretty remarkable. Clearly, she looks like she's doing great. How is she doing?
She's doing fairly well right now. She kind of is holding on her own, and she's just waiting for her gift.
Well, and I understand she's I guess, cover girl, so to speak.
Yeah, she was the face for the New Haven Hartford walk this past weekend. She was the liver champion, which she is in our minds, a liver champion. And she did really well. She had a ball, and from that we are very grateful. It's a great community. Donate Life and the liver families that we've met have been very supportive and helps us get through a lot of the challenges that we face.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and having Diane here today.
She's off getting hat drawn.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully your story has clearly motivated people seeing this about the importance of organ donation. If you'd like to sign up and learn more, if you'd even like to be the donor of your liver to help out Diane, it's very simple. You can just log on to donatelifenewengland.org. And again, if you're interested in being Diane's donor.
Yep, it's through Yale New Haven Hospital Transplant Center. It's 1-866-YALE, YALE, TXP for transplant. And you just state that you're interested in becoming a donor for Diane Langguth, and they'll take you through the entire process.
And just imagine, such a simple thing to do, pick up the phone and call, and you could help save a life.